Okay, but first we're going to head to the movies. How about that? You like movies? This is a good one. It's a lot of fun. It's got a little romance. It's got a little sci-fi action. It's called Passengers.
Hello.
Is he asking me on a date?
She didn't seem that impressed. Wow.
You clean up pretty good yourself.
You two look fine this evening.
We're on a date.
Very nice.
Took you long enough to ask. So, why did you give up your life on Earth?
Well, I'll tell you why he gave up his life on Earth. There's 5,000 people on this ship, and it's traveling for 100 years to another planet, and they're going to start a whole new civilization. Unfortunately, everyone's sleeping except these guys. So they're on the ship, and the ship is still 90 years away from its destination. This is one of those films that, as I said, has some romance in it, a lot of science fiction stuff. It's got the greatest sets I've seen in a sci-fi movie in a long time, and it is truly a lot of fun. Got a chance to talk to Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence for this movie, and of course there's a scene in here where he's out in space wearing a spacesuit. They both get to wear the spacesuit, so I asked him about the challenges of wearing a spacesuit. What's it like getting in the spacesuit?
You know, those spacesuits are so beautiful, but they're incredibly complex and were difficult to put on. It took a team of people a half an hour to get that spacesuit on, and so you know, another 20 minutes to take it off. So if you ever had to pee, it would be an hour of farting around to get your suit on and off so you can go pee. So we basically spent the entire day holding pee while we're being suspended in a harness that's pressing right on our bladder, you know, 40 feet in the air, wearing an 80-pound spacesuit. They're telling you not to sweat. Because if the sweat drips, it's going to prove that there's no, you know, that there's gravity.
It's going to ruin the gravity thing.
Yeah, it's going to ruin the gravity thing if you sweat.
You don't think about that kind of thing when you're watching the film, so it's sort of bizarre. There's another scene in this thing where the ship loses gravity, and Jennifer Lawrence is in the swimming pool. She's swimming around, and it's one of the coolest special effects I've ever seen.
When I first heard about it, you know, a week in water all day, every day, I was not excited.
Thrilled.
And then I was like, no, thank you. But then when I saw the previs for it, I've never seen
Me neither, yeah.
a scene like that in any movie. So it was a brilliant idea and wonderfully executed by Morton.
Yeah, it's a terrific film. I mean, it's got all the action, it's got everything going on. In the end, man, you feel so good about it, too. It's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so you see her swimming in the pool, and she can't get out of the water because the water's floating around in gravity, and she's swimming trying to get out of it. And if you're little, you know, you feel like you feel it, and that's all I can say. Michael Sheen's in this movie also. He's the bartender. You saw him there. It's almost like that scene in The Shining with Jack Nicholson. So you see him, he's there, he's doing this thing, but he's really a robot, and from the waist down, he's a machine. So we talked a little bit about that.
Arthur kind of zipping around behind the
Yeah.
bar. And the way we did that was that there was this rig built that I kind of sat into, and like my knees fitted into a bit, and then I was strapped to a steel rod, and then that was on a system of tracks behind the bar, and then that was all computerized, so it would go zip, 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 and I would have to make it look like I was in control of that, whereas in fact I was just being whooshed around the place.
It's like an amusement park ride.
It was like and it was really fast as well. It was much faster, and I would spin around, and so I had to get used to that. Part of the trick of what we do is that you have to put a lot of work into something and make it look like you've put no work into it.
Make it look
but it's
easy.
Just, so if people believe that it looks easy, then that's the job done. The harder it is that what you have to do, the more easy you make it look, the better a job you're doing.
It's terrific. Yeah. It's great to see you again. I really enjoy your work. I love your stuff.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Lovely
much.
to see you.
Good movie. Have a lot of fun with that. It's called Passengers, and it opened yesterday.